By the time it reach meter is suspended. The next one that we have this low voltage strobe light, or they call it mini strobe light. This uses 12 volts. This one is always connected from inside the energizer. While the high voltage strobe light that is moving right, where the high voltage strobe light is connected on this phase line. The next we have after that is the hazard sign. Some people call it danger sign. So I'll still show everything that is danger sign. And the major reason for this danger sign is for people to know that that wire can shock. I remember there was one electrician like that we did a project. No, we have done it. We want to change the light, the security light. He now said he used to think that this thing just designed. As he touched the wire like this, oh no, like his face. He fell. He was shocked. Thank God he wasn't electrocuted. Next after that, we have our alarm. We are still going to test it. We have our alarm. This is a 12 volt alarm. The decibel of the alarm.
More noise.
The higher, the more the noise that it makes. This one is around 150 decibels. There is a bigger alarm that is bigger than this. That one is around 250 decibels. If I put it on now, everybody will leave it. The way that it will make noise. Then we also have what we call the GSM gate. I don't have that one. And we have what we call the transducer. There are some electric fence that use transducer. It's that transducer that you use to connect to GSM gateway. And lastly, we have our magnetic key. That magnetic key. We now have some electric fence that use like flatters that use remote control. Apart from this magnetic, I don't need to get to where the energizer is. Just use the remote. It's that one. So for some reason, what's the first component I gave you?
Energizer.
This is energizer. What's number 2? These are pole. What's number 3? These are high voltage pole. What's number 4? These are spring. What's number 5? These are ferrule. Next one. Hoop. These are hoop. These are hoop. Next after hoop. So we have the electrical, the standard one first. This is standard. You can also use 1.5 mm. If you check, it's almost the same. The only difference is that this one is aluminum coated, while this one is copper coated. Next after that, check the note. These are high voltage strobe lights. Next after that, low voltage or mini strobe lights. Next after that, these are the alarm. Next after that, yes. I don't have that one. And this transducer. Although there are some devices like a mantle that you don't need a transducer between their GSM gateway and their energizer. You can buy the two, and there's a way you connect it. Maybe one of these days I will get a Fante Z series. We'll use it for class. So what's the first component I mentioned there?
Energizer.
Let me suspend energizer for now. We'll talk about that towards the end of the class. But I want to explain some things inside the energizer. if they have enough time. And if I'm only treating Nigeria today, I might not be able to finish class. So yeah, what's next one after Nigeria? You have the pool. Thank you very much. Let's start now. This pool is normally made of either aluminum or they made this of all this iron. And this pool normally have this. We call it ribbon. There is a distance. You can buy long poles. There are some companies that sell this ribbon in 1,000 pieces. You can buy pole and cut it. And note, in the olden days we have 4-line electric fence. And when we are talking of how many lines, the number of ribbons across the pole like this. So if it is 4 lines, it will have only how many ribbons? 4. If it's 6 lines, that's the most common one nowadays. Is to have how many ribbons?
Whether it's 8, 4, 6.
I'm still coming to that. Then we have 12 lines. Please bring the 12 lines. So we are talking of electric fence of 8 lines now. One that comes at the 12 line one. We are talking of electric fence.
You know, there's life in all and give you a lot of things.
Based on the number of ribbons. Next after that, okay, someone asked the question that what normally determines the number of ribbons. Number one is the preference of your client. Some clients might tell you, some clients might tell you, number one is the preference of your clients. Some clients will tell you that they want 8 lines. Some will tell you they want 6 lines. Some will tell you they want 12 lines. Number two, the level of security of that environment. If it's a place very close to a bush, now the job that we did few days ago, that place is a new site. I told the man that I would advise that I go for 8 lines. That a little bit taller before they were intruding. And next after that we have the 12 lines. That 12 lines is always 12. Then after those already, the next one that we have is the shape of your pole. We have straight pole like this. Next after that we have the L pole. L pole means that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be straight. The remaining 2 will form like L like this. L pole. It might not be complete L, it can be a little very like that. And it's more common in either this 8 line or the 12 line. That's where you have the L. We have this pole in different colors. We have the black and the white. Although this black is the most common one, some people believe that the white is always better. Next after that, the next type of pole we have is based on the size of your aluminium. We have what we call the single post, like this one is a single pole. And we normally use this single pole along your fence. At the edges of the fence, we don't have it here. We still have angle pole here. Yeah, we still have just this angle pole. We have the single and we have the angle pole. We use this angle pole at the edges because it will be able to withstand the pressure from your spring. Hope you guys get what I'm saying now. And for this angle pole, we have 2 types of angle poles. We have the square type like this, and which is the best one that I normally advise. But what me I normally do is that, as it is like this, I will put concrete inside. Now fix it on it. Yoruba people say yakini concrete. Accept a very strong form. When you put concrete inside and cast it to this length, I'm still coming to why they have this side there. But for the L type, instead of it having 4 sides like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, you only have 2 sides. It's cheaper than this. But over time, if the force, the tension coming from your spring is high, it will bend. But this type doesn't get bent. Next thing I now want to talk about hole is that there is a minimum limit that you must insert the pole to the ground or to the coping of the building. You will normally see the distance between here is almost the same length. That same distance will be maintained from here to here. So the minimum bearing point for this pole to stand is this side I normally see. It's not for decoration. If I hold this like this, you see it here. That is the minimum length I can bury it lower to this side, but the minimum for this thing to stand is here. The minimum for here is here. The minimum for this one is also what's here. Sometimes they drill it like this. Sometimes they use like pencil to mark it. That's the minimum. If it doesn't reach here, over time, before your mortar gets dry, you can bend it. The next question that some of my installers now normally ask is, okay, how do we mix the cement? What's the cement ratio that we normally use? If you have
Yes. Assuming we bought these poles by ourselves, what's the measurements between the ribbons and the measurements for this?
Although in the olden days, the poles are normally long like this. Not of
It should be
20 centimeters. Between 10 and 20
4 inch.
You know, as
How many inch with this pole?
where is here? Although as a
Okay, I
engineer,
just say
we don't use
nothing.
it, we use meters. The whole length of the pole is 28.5, and the length is 4.5 meters. Sorry, 4.5 centimeters. 4 feet, Gary.
4 feet again.
No, but it's just 50 in the front.
This 1, 2,
Feet
3,
gone here.
4.
Inches nìyẹn.
Sorry, 4 inches.
Ah.
Feet lele right. 4 inches.
Ah. You no even reach 5.
You no reach 5. Let me say like 4.25. But if you are
4
using
inches,
meters, if you are using meters, it's between, I told you, between 10 centimeters to 15 centimeters. And you maintain the same length. Yeah. You now notice that the same distance here is almost the bearing point here. And from this bearing point, it's almost the same thing. Hope you guys get what I'm saying.
What's the distance from each pool? Like, first one, second one, third one.
Yes, that's a very good question. Some people use 1 meter. Some people use 1.5 meters. But what I normally use is that when they are making the fence, in Yoruba land, they normally call it gable, but not gable fence. That is, they make a cross to make the fence stable. At that point, that's where I normally put my own hole. So mostly some bricklayers will use 4 blocks. At every 4 blocks, they put the gable it. They put it. Some will use 6 blocks after 6 blocks, but to increase the aesthetics of the wall, you can follow that, and you can decide to follow it at every 1 meters, 1 to 2 meters. Any question again?
How is it? Because you said the higher the length of the to determine the capacity of the energizer.
The type of the
Type
energizer.
of energizer. So I want to ask that the what's it called? The length of electric fence, are they calculated according to one line or altogether?
No. You know it's perimeter. And if you still remember what they taught you in primary school, or if you go to a very good primary school, what's the formula for perimeter?
Okay. I don't know that one.
More remember.
I don't know that one.
Length plus breadth in bracket multiplied by 2. That's perimeter. Length plus breadth into bracket multiplied by 2. While area is length and breadth. So if you want to know the actual length of wires, you measure the length of your land, your plot of land in meters. You measure the breadth in also meters. You add the two together. You now multiply it by 2 to give you the perimeter. So if it's now 6 lines that you want to use, you now multiply it by 6. So let me say it's 50 meters by 50 meters. Or for ease of calculation, let me say it's 50 meters by 25 meters. So 25 plus 50, 75. That's 75. Multiply by 2, 150. So if you are now using 6 lines, multiply by 6, that's 900 meters. So I need to buy 1,000 meter cable for it to run. Or they sell it in 500, 750, and 1,000. Oh, that's
1,000 go buy.
You notice that this one is 500. The length of this one is 500.
Just buy 2 like
This one is 1,000. 1,000 meters. They always write it on. And we have that of 750. I think let me check. This one is also 500. Have I answered your question? So if it's 8 line now, that's 750 multiplied by 2, 150. That's 75 multiplied by 2. That's 150. Instead of multiply by 6, that will give us 900 meters. We now do what? Multiply by 8, giving us 1,200. Meaning you buy a complete load of 1,000 meters and another one of 500 meters. It will still remain.
And that's the meter we use to determine the energizer we buy.
That will determine the length of cable you are buying. So the total length now, which is 1,000 meters, will now determine the type of energizer that you buy. And I've discussed it based on, we have that of 1,000 meters, 5,000 meters, sorry, 1,000 to 2,000 meters, we have that of 5,000 meters, we have 7,500 meters, we have 10,000 meters. Even the company called Enfante, they always write it. If you are buying Z, so can work to this length. This one can work to this length. This one can work to this length. I will talk more on that when we are talking of energizer. Can I move on?
There's another question.
Okay.
Are they selling this book like this? Everything like with the ribbon and everything?
Yeah, you can buy it with the ribbon.
And you can buy it differently.
You can buy the post, but it's not the small like this. It's normally around 10 or 2 meters. You cannot decide to cut it yourself. And
This
you
one
buy
that
the
is not
ribbon.
4 inches.
They normally sell that ribbon with 1,000. And you do it yourself.
So which one is advisable?
It's me, I normally buy it ready like this. I don't like time for wahala.
Stress.
I don't want the stress. So I normally buy it ready.
No,
Another question.
the work no get money. No work, aluminum pole.
No, I want to buy my first one. I know there are people that they have like
Now
they see as
aluminum pole, the mark on black.
Yes, normally this is the ribbon and this is the screw that holds it. This ribbon actually insulates this pole from the wire, the high voltage that's passing through. Question again. So in the absence of no question, if you don't have any question, we are through with posts.
The question, let's
Mixing the cement. You have to tell us.
So no question on code for now. Now let's move to cement ratio. For me, the way my oga taught me, he said for angle pros at the edges, it's better you use 1:1:1. Meaning, as you are, if it's small, that antro that you are using is 1 of cement with 1 of fine sand with 1 of gravel. 3/4 stone. 1:1:1 for the edges. Because actually it's the edges that will carry the tension, the pressure coming from the spring. For the one in the middle, he advised me then, and that's why I normally follow it, 1:5:1, meaning that 1 cement to 5 fine sand that we normally call shocking sand, or one really to 1 gravel, or if it's 3/4 stone there. You know, there was a day one of my ex-training, I don't want to mention his name because it's not a big brother. When he got to the site, he noticed that plaster in the building. He just carried the sand that they were using to plaster and put it there. The day we went there to freeze for everything, just pull out. That's that. And the funniest thing is that those that are mixing that sand, they were using 1:10. So the cement is too, the volume of cement is too low to form a bond to hold the pressure of the seeds. Oga, I just said I should try it. I now said, see, the total money that we spend of transportation here, I will come out from your money. You know, what's the name of this man? Warren Buffett said, rule number 1 of money is never lose money. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. So, if you are losing money, it's either you are gaining money. And for him, he wants to gain money. That's why he wants us to lose money. So, he will be the one to lose the money. So, for the edges, you use 1:1:1. For the other one, you use 1:5 to 5 sharp sand, then to 1 gravel, if gravel is available.
Is it a must to use gravel?
If it is available. If it's not available, if you can get what we call gutter sand, if you can see gutter sand, it normally has small stone. So you can also use that one.
Or can we just look for small pebbles?
You can use pebbles. There was a job that we do like that. When you can't get them, look for go and find small pebbles, especially for the edges, so that they can be very strong.
Okay, apart from the expenses, can we use more than the ratio of that cement? Like ratio 2.
I feel like we can
If you feel like you can.
get money.
Then another thing, after you have casted the surface, we normally advise that you wait for 12 to 24 hours before fixing. That's what actually happened in the job that you guys went to do in Malaysia. Overnight, the rain fell for around 6 hours. And because of that said the second morning, you guys should go to Malaysia, they went to Malaysia. And some of the old pullers. So the moment there is now rain, you wait for 48 hours. And let me tell you one thing, that rain even make it more solidified. Sometimes ago when I was still training with my boss, after we have put it in the morning, in the evening, if we have stayed at that side, you can tell us to go and carry water and wet all of them. And another thing, if you have already done the coping there, and you need to dig the place, you normally advise before you put cement, you wet it. Even I have one of my trainees there, what you normally do is that that water, I will put small cement in the water. But that guy is into cement work before he came to learn the water that have a little of cement, you use it to wet it. And you notice that the moment you do it like that, the pole will not pull out. Meaning that it doesn't gum very well. The moment that surface is wet, especially places where they have already done the coping of the fence, before you now put down. So you must wet it before you put those cement. If you don't wet it, by the time it dry up, the moment you put it like this, it will now be like a mold.
Come out together.
It will not come with what was there. That's why you either wet or it's more advisable you put small cement in that water, use it to wet it. And when it's still wet, that's when you now what? Cast it. It's not like you put water after the water have dried, you now cast
Yeah.
it.
Okay, that's correct.
Any question about that? So in the absence of no question, let me move to the next one. We have
Depending
our
on
hook.
what others-
These are hook. We multiply our hook. How do we use this hook? This ribbon normally have three compartments. This one, these two, and these three. Your hook should either be in the first one or the last one. You don't put hook in this middle. You don't normally put it. Because if you want to correct it, there is something here
Stop it from coming
that
out.
will stop it from coming out. And there are some jobs where it might be two wires that you don't want it to reach each other. So this is how you do it. You put this, you keep it here. Next thing you carry what? Your spring. There is a method one of our guys taught me and I've started using it. If I want to put prayer, if I'm the only one at the site, I don't have anybody at the site, I'll stretch this spring to the prayer that I want it to be. Maybe I want it to be O's. We normally count O's. At the edges, he advised me then that the lower part will have the highest number of O's. So let me say I want it to be on 4 O's. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just I don't need anybody to assist. It has already formed the prayer. If I want it to be on 5 O's, I'll draw it like this. I'll put it on 5. If I want it to be on 6 O's, I'll draw it like this. And I'll put it on number 6.
Is it where you put the hook that you're putting the wire?
Yes, now, if I want it to be on number 1, I'll drop it like this. So let me say I'm putting it on number 1. You now advise me so that this, especially if you are not using this type of angle probe, if you are using this type of angle probe, I can decide that all my wires will be on 04. So all of them from down to home will be on 4, 4, 4, 4 throughout. But if I can't get this, you can tie 2 single poles together to form an angle. And there are some works. If it's the only single one that is holding like it, you might notice that this one will bend. You can tie another one to the back to give this strength. Although another guy told me, and that's the best method, I'll put conflict inside there, very easy. Put it together. That one, it will not bend. If it's not single one like this, you normally advise that the lowest one will be on 5. This one will make it around 5 and a half, 4 and a half. Next one will be 4. This one will be 3 and a half. This one will be 3. And this one will be 2 and a half. So it will maintain the same pressure throughout.
This does not apply to.
This doesn't apply to this. If you are using this type, you can decide that
Maintain
all
the
of
same
them
pressure.
is 4 4 O's. But so that it will not stress this to the front. That's how you do that. Can I move on? After doing this, you now see these other parts. You know, it has 2 sides. They have the smaller side and the bigger side. Where is the other? You now carry your plier. You open the mouth a little. Can you see I open it? You make it go inside like this. Hope everybody see one. Then you use plier to look. So it's firm. It's firm. The next thing I now want to do is this. Your cable. I want to pass my cable. One of my boys said you can cut off this edge or you can tie this. If you are an arrow, you don't want your money to waste, tie it like this and cut it. After cutting it, if I want it to be on 4 O's now, you know, I put it on 3 here. I put it on 4. Next is your fail rule. It's normally advisable to use your ferrule. I'll put my ferrule like this. After the ferrule has entered, I'll make it enter here. After it has entered like this. If I want to loop, I can make enough wires so that it can loop to the next surface. After making it, I'll make it to pass through this again. Then I will now lock it. Then I will now use fan. I'll do it in the second one. And you must not let the pressure be too much. Because I want to. When you make it very fine, this wire will not pass. Or I should make it very fine. You have to. It's very fine. If buy me too much, the wood are down, so you just put it on this. You are leave it in between. So can you see the prayer like this? To maintain the prayer. We do it during practical. Then now, if I want now to put wire, someone asked me, where is the thick wires? That 1.5 mm. I want to pass wire coming from my Nigeria. Mayo, I can still run this wire. Where is it? Those lines. Then this how to loop voltage strobe, and how to loop this low voltage strobe lights and alarm. So if we now do that one now, either Friday or Monday, the next class will not be practical. We use that place. We sink this wire to the wall there. We use it to do it. It will be as if we are doing normal standard electric, and we energize it and we test it.
Yes.
And you put your
touch
hands
it.
and you touch it.
So and if we want